Live. Give it a few moments.
All right, welcome to the Nevin Shapiro Show. I can't hear myself.
I hear you pretty clear.
You hear me pretty clear?
I hear you.
Yep. Hello? Yep. Welcome to Nevin. No, I can't hear. There, yeah. Let me see. You guys talk?
Hello.
All right, I hear you guys. Welcome back to the Nevin Shapiro Show, halftime show. We've lost Mike Tirado. He might have drowned in the lake, but we're going to go over the first half, gentlemen. I got Coach B-Mac, obviously Nevin Shapiro, and David Simmons joining us. Before I get into it, I'm going to go over some stats here in the first half, and we'll break them down.
Did you also say, by the way, live from Lambeau Field?
It is pretty cold for Miami. Probably the coldest night out of Miami. We decided to do this out here, right? All right, so total yards for Indiana, 169. Miami has 69. 116 yards passing for Indiana, 49 for Miami. Rushing yards, 53 for Indiana, 20 rushing yards. I think the biggest stat that has really caught my eye is Indiana has 11 first downs and Miami has 3 first downs. So, Nevin, I'll ask you, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Very uneventful for a team playing at home, even though outnumbered in the stands for a national championship game. Offensive play calling, I don't want to get too negative because we're still in the game, right? It's 10-0. They could certainly come back. It's not like a ridiculous score, but just horrible offensive game plan thus far. Nothing to be motivated for, other than there's still a half to play. Right. We're in it.
B-Mac.
My biggest thing is why is our DBs giving so much what do you call it? They're playing
space.
Off
They're playing off. Yep.
It's like you're the University of Miami. You have some of the best corners out there. Every time we press them, we stop them. Every time we give them a little bit of space, they RPO it and hit for it's 7-yard hitch, and then we miss a tackle, and then it's 12 yards.
Right.
And I don't know what happened. It looks like Indiana's taking a little bit of Miami's playbook and just run the ball, get the D-line tired, and keep running with Black and I forgot the number 1. And him. And they're just, man, when that Black hits a hole, he goes, man. And number 8 from Indiana, and Mendoza's picking us apart, honestly, on the outside because, hey, you want to give us 10 yards?
He's going to take
7, and it's a smart read, and it seems like Miami's not really trying to go challenge it a little bit. It's like we're trying to just run little inside zone. It's like we got to be able to move these guys,
Right, David.
Well, the same thing is the problem with Miami is playing off because they're trying to use a nickel guy to play being a part of run fit. And so you play bump and run, that nickel guy got to be over number 2. He can't be in a run fit, so don't worry about the run. And so you kind of catch 22. Do I stop the run, which I'd rather stop the run personally and let them try to cover. And then they run some other stuff with Bain. They got him going inside a lot. So they're trying to take away the run with him going inside. So any play action is you're going to have some time to throw the ball a little bit. And that's really what they're coming at that. But what they're doing what Indiana doing to him, the slanting, I don't know why they even minus their splits or something. They're just shooting the gap on the offensive line. The offensive line look very slow compared to Indiana and the D line. That's really the problem right now.
Do you see any? You were at the Ole Miss game, and obviously your son played at Ole Miss. See any differences in their scheme versus Indiana? What they showed against Ole Miss?
Well, not really. I mean, I just thought that Ole Miss in that game, to be honest, just wasn't aggressive as Indiana was on defense. Mm-hmm. To be honest with you, I think they're doing the same thing. They might be missing number 6 though. He does come back at halftime, right. So that might make a big difference. Maybe they play a little different on the back half, but not really. This is about the offense. The defense is not even playing that bad, to be honest with you.
No.
I think Dawson has to start taking shots, right? You have to stretch the field. Yes. The safeties are playing up. They're playing 8 to 10 yards off the line. They're coming down. They're helping on the run. Fletcher's not that type of guy that's going to, shake one and take one to the house. They're lucky they got that first down because this game could have gotten out of control. And the best case scenario is that Miami's down 10-0 and they still have an opportunity to win this game, because I think if Indiana gets that ball back and they're down 17-0, getting the ball back at the half, you could have kissed this game goodbye.
And that comment right there is the cup half full syndrome for Miami, right. That it is only 10-0. And they're really one play away from getting back into this game. That was a bad miss, that field goal. Personally, I don't know. I question that call. Could have gone either way as far as, do you go for it on 4th and 2, be aggressive as opposed to taking somewhat of a long field goal at 50 yards. I guess if he hits it, it's a great call. If he doesn't, it's not.
I think you have to take the point. So you couldn't. You haven't been able to move the ball.
You just watched Indiana almost stop them on a 4th and 2.
Yeah.
Like almost. If it wasn't for just a little stretch of Mark Fletcher, it's dead, and then 17-0 Indiana.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, the biggest play in the first play of the game offense of Miami.
Yeah.
They got like an 11-yard run. So you ask yourself, how many screens you gonna keep throwing? We're gonna throw downfield.
Right. I agree.
Screen.
You have a 6'4" receiver that's pretty athletic, and he hasn't played it down.
So one of the points we made at the beginning when we did the show earlier today, we talked about Miami's physicality, but it seems to me Indiana is matching that physicality with Miami.
Yeah, I mean, great point. So David just said that about the offensive line, this and that. What you see is a Miami dominant, size-wise offensive line getting handled by a smaller opponent with a different effort.
Mm-hmm.
That's noticeable to me. That's one. Two, Malachi Tony, we all love him. We know what he is and everything else, but they've eliminated him from this game plan. He's getting 3 yards and no cloud of dust. That's it. And you could see even when they're dropping in coverage, they got a second guy shading him on the back end. You better have some other creative options to pull this game out.
No, it looks very vanilla at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Coach.
Well, very vanilla. Like I was surprised of Shannon's play calling in that first half. He kind of went real basic, where Indiana's taking some shots. You see him right away, run, boom, deep pass or something like that with the tight end. They threw that tight end pass that took it for long, and then they're just. I think Indiana's just out physically Miami all around. I think Miami's defense is playing good for as many plays they have. What was the stat just a minute ago? A 14-play drive, Indiana scored a touchdown, and Miami had 14 plays at the time.
Right.
It's like they're taking.
Well, the time of possession is 18 minutes, 18:09 for Indiana, 11:51 for Miami.
Yeah, no, they flipped the blueprint.
Yeah, they flipped the blueprint.
Mm-hmm. So what now? If you're Mario Cristobal, you're in halftime. What are you talking about with your coaches? What are you telling your team, David?
Well, I probably tell them that we can't give them anything on defense. And though it sounds crazy, we got to get the ball back. We're down 2 scores. You want to get some 3 and out be great, but we can't give a big play. I got a feeling Indiana might try to do some type of shot play, and they get this game 17 points. It's a whole different. This game is over.
Yeah,
because they hold the ball too long.
Great point, David. And I'll say this: it's one play away from being a game or being game over. One big play, Indiana, game over. One big play, Miami, we got something. It's one play either way.
And what about Mendoza too? Like I said, they hit him late. Just keep getting up. That's the Miami in him.
Right.
Yeah, he's a Miami kid too. He's a tough kid, so give him credit. I mean, they hit him. That should have been targeted. It really should have been.
It should have been.
And but he got up, went through it, and
play, which is good.
Yeah.
You don't want to see penalties.
No.
Right.
Penalty on Bain, the offsides changed the game.
Yeah.
Third and long, it comes offsides, undisciplined.
Yeah.
And they get 5 yards and they get a first down.
Yep.
Right.
And now they scored 7. It was 3-0 at that time.
No margin for error at this point. The team's too well coached, Indiana, man. So, 5 yards here, maybe in a different type game, you get away with it. This team's very well coached.
So do you feel that this is more on Shannon Dawson, or Cristobal is telling him basically, let's get conservative. Let's not let Carson make a mistake?
Personally, I would defer to the guy on your right and the guy to my left to answer that question. I don't have that type of dialogue. I'm not in that type of coaching mindset. But if I were guessing, I'm saying this is a Shannon Dawson called game, because that's what's been hot for us for the last 4 weeks.
So there's a comment here, play fucking Josh Moore.
That's what
You coached him in high school. So I'll let you answer that.
Well, I've said it all year. He's 6'4", he's athletic. He does a lot more than number 0. CJ Daniels is good, but I just see Josh over, DeAndre Pounds is one of the best corners in the game, but he's 5'9".
Right.
You add 5 inches and Josh is going to go out there and get it. It's just a law of numbers. You know what I mean?
Right.
At least give him a chance. You know what I mean? When you have just guys that are 0's not getting no separation, you know what I mean? And all we're depending on is Malachi. They have 3 dudes around Malachi every time he touches a ball.
And you better expect something like that too, because he's been doing this every week, Malachi, and he's carried us the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot. You've just got to have another ace up your sleeve, man.
Kurt's
you
Kurt's
better
too good
come
of a
up with
coach,
something.
bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Kurt is way too good of a coach to let Malachi. They said it. Kurt said that in the press conference. He said we have multiple ways of stopping Malachi.
Yeah.
If we can't stop him this way, we're going to use this.
Yeah. So do you think we'll see Josiah Trader in this game? Try to stretch the field?
No. I think I don't see that's happening anymore. No. They would have been in the game by now.
Right.
I don't see it. I think he had a drop last game, and I think they kind of lost a little faith in him right now, unfortunately. No. And back to your question, I think that's more of a Mario issue about how that's because how he handled on the field goal. He went all the way down to the whole 25 seconds before he took that field goal. That's a head coach decision.
Right.
That's not offensive coordinator decision.
Right.
So he was like, I'm gonna play for the points. It didn't work for him. He's probably said, just don't lose this game right now. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't think it had to do with Dawson. To be honest with
you. Yeah.
I'm the other way. I think it's Dawson's play call, and I think he's a little conservative just himself. He doesn't want Carson to make the mistake. It seems like he's not letting Carson just go. Let Carson go, man. So we have one more half left. You put it on his back. Let's see what he does. You paid whatever $4 million for him. Let him go out there and play it. Like, you have receivers, you put money in. Let's go out there and try to give him a shot, man. Indiana's a very disciplined team. You're not going to beat them the way you got to the playoffs.
He's had one real sharp completion. What are his stats for that?
That was to CJ Daniels. That
was it. That was his overall.
You talking about Carson?
Yeah. After 3 runs with Mark Fletcher, that's the success.
He's 6 of 10. He had that 25-yard pass to CJ Dan. The only pass worth anything thus far in the first half. And, you better have some wrinkles, man.
So what does Miami do here? Other than the obvious of what we've been talking about as a head coach, B-Mac, what would you do here to adjust and try to win this game?
You really got to go back to opening it up. We're too condensed. Whenever we run the ball, we have tight splits with the receivers there. So you're bringing in 8 kids inside the box, and then you're expecting your offensive line to block 8 guys. They're fast. Indiana's fast. Spread them out. Them out. Move them out. They're in that cover 4, cover 2 shell. Go underneath them. You have to throw the ball. Let Carson do what he's been paid to do.
Right.
What about going into a no huddle type offense?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Change scheme, change tempo, and just get throw a wrinkle.
And where's Pringle?
Yeah, where's Pringle? Why are we not running the ball behind number 61, who's the best tackle in the country? We're running behind Cooper. No offense, he's tired. Right. They get underneath him because he's trying to lift these.
There's
guys.
a comment about Pringle. They say he can't block. He's a liability block.
He doesn't need to block. Let him run the ball.
Ford missed the block too, didn't he? So,
Right.
But also, back to 61. They're running the call in a 4-eye on him, and in the 4-man front. So what happened is the tackle's not fanning, he had a block down. So now they're bringing over the whole guy, and it's almost a 50 front. It's like a 50 front from a defensive back situation. And so he can't really. He's got to block down, and now they're making him bounce. And what you want Fletcher to bounce, not go forward. Yeah. That's what they're kind of doing right now.
One observation, Andy, from my end, I see right now, and not to say that the door's closed. We're 10-0. We're play away, making it let's go. We're in a game. But from the negative end of it, they look like Miami Texas A&M right now to me, as opposed to Pittsburgh playoff Miami. They're back to that vanilla, what's coming type shit. Right. In my opinion,
this game feels a lot to me like the Texas A&M game, though. Yeah, A&M dominated that game, and Miami still won it 10-3. I still think Miami has a shot to win this game.
Of course, they need to play, man.
Miami has more athletes on the field.
Yeah.
And they got to use their athletes. That's the one thing is even if you just do hitches and do some hitches that your receivers catch the ball.
Right.
We're not even doing that.
I just asked Coach B-Mac. I said, listen, when you got a team that's loaded with a few 5 stars and a number of 4 stars heavy, obviously, like Miami, and you have that much more talent than the opposition, which you clearly do. NFL scout-wise, everything else, Miami's the much more talented team. What keeps you down 10-0? It becomes coaching, right? That's your separating, deciding factor. You got to change it up, man, and get some wrinkles in this game, and to throw the kitchen sink. You have no more games to worry about, man.
Yeah, you got 30 minutes of football. You got to put everything on the table here.
Go, man.
Here,
you get rolled. You get rolled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let it fly.
All trips in right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else, David? You want to add?
I mean, like I said, they've got to come out there and play. Special teams can't make a mistake. No more offsides. And really, honestly, Indiana's got more penalties than they ever had.
Yeah.
They're the most unpenalized team. They'll have some simple penalties that stop the drives, too. So if they come play really well with no penalties, we're going to have a hard time. They're going to eat a lot of clock. They're eating a lot of clock right now. Every drive's 4.5, 5 minutes. So if they punt, it's like a win for them.
Right.
So we got to go 3 and out right now.
100%.
It's going to be over.
100%. 3 and out.
If you got to win 3rd down.
Optimum outcome, turnover. right away for us on our D.
You have to
Our D
something.
creating a turnover.
So I'm
We
gonna
need to
put-
play, man.
But Sis is coming back though. Remember, Sis is coming back this half.
So, we're gonna close here. We're gonna get back to the game, but I'm gonna put you guys on the spot. Does Miami overcome this, Coach?
Man, I was excited before this game, but the way I've watched this play call, and I hope they come back. But I don't know, man. Kurt has this game plan pretty locked,
Right.
and he's coaching a hell of a game right now with his offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator really taking away certain things that Miami does have. And unless Miami does something uncharacteristic, which actually lets the ball go, Indiana's going to win. But if they let the ball go and they let their receivers play, Miami has a shot.
Nevin, I'll let you go last. David, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I think it's an uphill battle. I think first and foremost, they're not letting them. Now you're down 10. Now you're asked bet to throw the ball 20, 25 times second half.
Yep.
That's not the formula for Miami. And if they let them score 3 points, 3 points on it's going to beat Miami. It's like a lot of time. 30 minutes go by real fast, and we'll see. I don't think so. I think Indiana has this game.
Wow, Nevin.
I think it becomes a game. I think Miami makes one play to get them into the game, and then I think they'll have a chance.
I think they go down with the fight.
I do.
I think they fight.
I think there's a fight in the second half.
I really do. I think they cover this game, but more importantly, I think they give themselves a chance to win it.
Yeah, the line right now is what, 14.5?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give or take. Yeah, 14.5. What's the over under?
14.5 and 31.5.
Wow.
So they're saying a rock fight.
In the second half. Well, hopefully pull it off.
Miami needs a turnover.
Yeah, they need a turnover
They
here.
need a turnover. Turnover changed the game.
Or get off the
3
field
and
on
out.
third down.
Mhm.
3 and outs.
Can I buy a Hurricane shirt from you?
All right, with that said, we're going to be jumping off. Hopefully Miami can pull this off in the second half.
All right.
All right.